We're back. Another race week, and we are back for the mixer. Now, the mixer is something that we just talk about a few topics that are have been happening during the week leading up to the GP as we're at the Red Bull Ring. And I know many of us are probably wondering, is Red Bull going to have a performance like they had last time back in Silverstone, or are they going to have dominance at their home track? And I am kind of betting for dominance to some degree, whether that be Perez or Verstappen. I don't know which yet, but we'll see. And don't also forget that we got those Ferrari boys trying to work their way up the chart, and Mercedes is starting to get their car dialed in. As many of people didn't think that this would happen, it looks like it's happening. Along with the video I made about the flexing floors that Ferrari and Red Bull seem they may be getting in trouble for or not, because a lot of us don't think that the FIA is going to do anything, especially about Red Bull or even Ferrari, as we've seen with situations with both teams. Now, let's get into our first topic, and our first topic is going to be about Yuri Vips. I know many of you are disappointed. I made a video. I made a couple of videos. I made a video once about it when everything kind of came out. Then along with another episode, I talked about this, and it might have been in the last mixer, but it seems Red Bull zero tolerance is not really zero tolerance. Red Bull coming out, or Christian Horner coming out, which we can all pretty much we know what to expect from Christian Horner. He's definitely not the most trustworthy person. And they come out saying that they've canceled Yuri's contract, but it doesn't seem like Yuri is off the Red Bull team. So I don't really know how much of a punishment that is. Now, I don't think that Yuri should lose his entire career. I think that he should definitely be penalized more than what has been revealed to us. I think that Red Bull and Christian Horner lied to the public, or they persuade us to think otherwise. And it doesn't look like Yuri's really been penalized at all. And that right there, I cannot agree with. Yuri should not have been using that language, nor do I agree with anybody using that language, and I do not use that language. And yes, I do know it's in rap songs, and many people try to use these excuses. Those are just what that is, excuses. If you know it's not correct, don't use it. We've had several things happen in the past couple of weeks with racial incidents, racial slurs, including Yuri, including PK shit K, and also including other areas to where people seem to be disrespecting the only black driver that is on the grid. I don't know how you would say Lewis Hamilton needs to retire when you have somebody in Alonso who right now has the longest Formula One career and has done not even much that antes up or matches Lewis Hamilton. Why does he not need to retire? Just wondering about that. But Yuri, I am all about second chances, and if a second chance is what Yuri gets to really show that his character is not that, I am all game for it, although I'm not really buying that, and I'm not sold, especially with Red Bull's actions, and that is not something that I can stand against. Next on the list, and this is something where we move quite fast or a little bit through, we have a little bit of conversation about it, but we're going to talk about the Halo. Right now, the Halo is a big thing, and right now the Halo has definitely shown us its value in more than gold, platinum, maybe even heavenly honey with bread milk, if you like milk. I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't really like milk. I'll take that water, by the way. So the Halo is something that also could support a double-decker bus. Now, do not be fooled. The Halo, once introduced back 2016, 2017, and once put into usage in 2018, was not something that was widely welcomed among all drivers. Okay, now we did have some drivers that definitely had some negative things to say about that, and we had some drivers that were definitely positive about the Halo coming on. One thing I can tell you is engineers definitely had their quirks with this as far as aerodynamics was concerned, okay? They did not like the Halo for that purpose. It was going to make them have to work a little bit different. It was going to take some things away from the car, but in exchange, the risk over reward, the reward is far greater than the risk of aero in this situation, and the Halo has proved that, not only in Zhou's situation, in Hamilton's situation, and many other situations, in Charles's situation, in Alonso's situation. I can go down the list and keep going in Grosjean's situation, in an F2 situation. Like, there are many situations where the Halo has proved itself worthwhile, but there are a couple of drivers that made statements when this first came out, and I want to thank you were interviewed by Will Buxton, so we will go over some of those drivers, and one of those drivers up is Max Verstappen. What did Max have to say? Was Max for the Halo? Was he against the Halo? Actually, Max was indeed against the Halo. Max said no, not quoting, paraphrasing what he said, felt the Halo was unneeded and Formula One was already very safe. Well, I would like for Max to go tell Zhou that the Halo was not needed. If Zhou did not have the Halo, we might be looking at a fatality. If Charles may not have had the Halo with Alonso coming over top of him, we might be looking at a fatality. If if Lewis Hamilton didn't have the Halo when your car landed on top of him because you didn't give up that corner, we might be looking at a fatality. All right, matter of fact, the Schumacher incident when he reversed on a track and the car came right over him, Force India, I believe it was. We might be looking, and that was in Abu Dhabi, I believe. We might be looking at a fatality. There are many opportunities, situations where the halo has proved that it is indeed needed, and Formula One is not already very safe, Max. So could you look at your contemporaries and say that, hey, the halo is not needed? I don't think so. Another person that weighed in on the halo was Felipe Massa, and he pretty much said yes. Okay, he said yes. He said that he thought that his colleague's life and his life was very important, and the future lives that it could save. Felipe was dead on the money. The future lives that it could save, which is what the halo has done. So Felipe definitely had a good mind frame. There were some other Stofield and some other people that weighed in on that, but there you go, a 50-50 mix. But I would say in this situation, people that may have had the mind frame like Felipe were definitely more accurate than Max Verstappen and other people who have had that mind frame. Moving on next, and this one, controversy is a brewing with the white Ferrari, it is being called. So let me get this right. We got the pink Mercedes, then we have the green Red Bull, now we have the white Ferrari. Okay, now things are brewing up with Haas. As you already know, they are part of the Ferrari customer base, not only in the power unit, but also the gearbox, I believe, and several other components. And also, they sit at the Ferrari headquarters with about a group of 30 people that came over from Ferrari due to the cap. That is a lot of intermingling. And some people have said, if you share a wind tunnel and then can have coffee together, and I'm paraphrasing that as well, that could be a problem. All right, now if I'm testing something in a wind tunnel, it's not working quite right. I'm a Ferrari tech. I come have some damn cappuccino or some macchiato or an espresso, and you are coming over from Haas and you're going to get ready to go in the wind tunnel next, or maybe next y'all are developing a floor, and I say, you know what, this didn't work so good for us. You might want to think about changing that. These are things that other teams could be concerned about. This is not the only situation where this may be concerned about. We're looking at a situation in the future, 2026, 2028, where Red Bull and Porsche and Volkswagen happen to maybe, or Audi happen to maybe be coming to the grid. Are those situations, those intermingling relationships, going to cause an issue? Right now, Ferrari is on the board already with the flexing floors along with Red Bull, and now Haas, because I think Haas has done, I predicted that Haas coming into this season had an opportunity to become a midfield competitor. Not sure they quite have lived up to that, but definitely they have kind of lived up to that. And in this last past race at Silverstone, both cars ended up in points. Mick got his first race with first points. Congratulations to him. And I think Haas is doing a bit better. So who knows what's going to happen next year. But if there is something going on there, trust me, teams are going to be at it, and they need to exploit it, just like they need to exploit these flexing floors. We're going to see how that turns out when France comes up. And next on our list, somebody got some balls, y'all. Somebody got some big kahunas, and I'm trying to tell you, Carlos Sainz said, hell no, I won't go. Hell no, I'm not going to do it. Silverstone, his team orders him to back the field up to give Charles about 10 cars pace, basically trying to protect Charles in his lead. Carlos says he's not going for it. Let the race run how it's going to run. Let me do what I need to do, and Carlos did just that. Carlos took the lead and happened to take that race. Okay, so I'm very satisfied with Carlos's decision. I'm also very satisfied with the fact that Ferrari gave team orders that the drivers were allowed to compete against each other, to battle against each other. Some teams should do that, i.e. Red Bull. I think they've held Perez back just a little bit more than I'm okay with. Okay, there's a lot of times no fighting. We remember that, telling Perez, don't fight Perez, let Max through. Oh, Perez, do all the defense you can, but you know what, switch places. Perez, you better grab some balls and you better seize the opportunity, because right now the difference between Carlos and Charles is about 11 points. The difference between Max and Perez is about 34 points. Would that be the case had Perez decided to do what Carlos did some races back? I don't think so. It is quite possible that Perez could be either matched or very close to Max in the championship points, and I don't think Red Bull wanted that. Perez, I'm here to tell you, championships don't come around as often if you're not Lewis Hamilton, if you're not Michael Schumacher. They don't come around like that. If you're not Sebastian Vettel, are you getting 4-time championships back to back? I don't think so. So you better seize the opportunity, my friend. Take Carlos' approach and say, I'm getting this shit. That's what I'm saying. That's the mixer for the time. We're going to be at the Austrian Grand Prix. We are going to be live later on today. We are going to be live for the qualifying kickback watch along. And then the following Saturday, we're going to be live for the sprint, post-sprint, to talk about what you all thought about it. As of right now, I haven't been too excited about many of the sprint races, and I'm glad they didn't add 6. I'm glad it was only 3. I think they should keep it at 3. The last one was flat as hell, and I really didn't enjoy it that much, and we'll be here to talk about that and see what you all thought about that, as well as some other topics. And then Sunday for race day, you know what time it is. It might be bottle popping time. I got a bottle of Lamborghini here that my members ordered. If you're a member of the channel, you get to weigh in and decide about these bottles that I pop on the show. You all get to choose them, as well as other things and posts and videos adapted earlier. We are also coming out with the platform. We're going to decide which platform that we're going to have our member meetings on, where we could come and talk Formula One talk without the disturbance of other Twitter and Instagram followers. Just coming in on a platform. It will only be for members. And plus, the VIP box, people are earning their points for the VIP boxes. And that is it for the Austrian Grand Prix mixer this week. Don't forget, later on today, we will be live for the quality watch along. Be here. Don't be square. Just build it. Peace. Thanks for tuning in and watching another video here at Wolfpack Performance. Check out some of my other content on Formula One issues, our topics, and our DIY products on how to customize your vehicle. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. See you soon.